Hello, hello, and welcome, my Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your What Do We Need read for this new moon to full moon next June into July 2020. I am your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons. Mal for short, not just professional witch, which I am, not just professional intuitive, which obviously I am, and not just president of Drawing the Circle Productions, which I have been since 1998, but also Venus in Libra. So let's have a look-see at what we need. Like when I say this, what do we need read, I mean really, what do we need? If you're new to my channel, please do consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel, hitting the notification bell, because I am pretty much putting out content every single day, either live or some of my old catalog stuff from Vimeo that I'm re-editing and putting out, or one of these recorded reads. You might want to check me out, and also feel free to comment in the comment section below, because I do like a comment. Well, I like a good comment when it's a good comment, right? Cool, cool. Otherwise, what we're looking at is what do I need read for this new moon on Sunday, June 21st, solar eclipse and Father's Day, which is tricky because the day before it is Litha, summer solstice, the full sun, if you will, as opposed to full moon. And it is in dark moon then, because the 3 days before new moon is dark moon. So it's dark moon in Gemini and then dark moon in Cancer before it's Cancer new moon. And do you see the paradox? It's like the sun at its brightest and the moon at its darkness, but the moon at its darkest in its own sign. See what I'm saying? It's tricky. So that we're going to start a cycle that way, right? We're going to go from new moon to full moon, the waxing side of it, with that vibe going on, which will bring us to the full moon in Capricorn on Sunday, July 5th. The blessing moon, it's called, so we have that to look forward to, but also a lunar eclipse. So we're in eclipse seasons. For me, eclipses seem to be a little earthquakey, like a lot of change very quickly, and there is some evidence scientifically that, you know, eclipses can trigger seismic activity, so symbolically as well as literally, I think there's something there to look at. So I think these readings, the guides want to keep it very simple. They're like we're only doing a 5-card draw, 5 cards, 1 card from 5 different decks, each one saying this is what you need in sort of a different category. You'll see, it's kind of cool. So remember, this is a general read. Take what resonates, leave what does not, and check your other signs. These are going around. I don't think any of them so far have broken 20 minutes that I can remember. So check your other signs. Cool, cool. I think that's about it. Just remember to breathe. I'm going to give you the best that I got. You'll be able to feel what resonates, what doesn't. You stay with the present moment in the breath. Let's do this. Because all the decks that I read are in the description box below. And we are going to start with The Healing with the Angels Oracle by Doreen Virtue. What is the healing angel that you need to work with? You'll get the categories as we go, how these work. Nice deep breath. I know, all that explanation just to take that breath and tune to you. My angels, please. 1 card in clarity. What is the healing angel that the Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs need this new moon in Cancer to full moon next in Capricorn, June 2020? The angel extending their hand in service, in help, in healing for the Libra collective is... who do we got? Ooh, signs everywhere. There are signs. Well, signs and synchronicities. Sign me up for a James Redfield half moon, I should say half moon cycle, waxing moon. So the angel of signs, expect your head to turn right at that moment to see 11:11 on the digital clock, or 1, 2, 3, 4, which I get all the time. The sign, let's just leave that there, because you're an air sign and I've got Venus and Libra, so boy, can we interpret. Well, does it mean this or does it mean this? We could go forever, which is why we're going to ask, and I think you'll like this one. First of all, this deck is amazing. The Angels, Gods, and Goddesses Oracle, really good. This time the Angels, Gods, and Goddesses want to tell you what it is you need to know, what it is you need to be aware of, because this is it's a very direct deck. It's like whack. It's like you need to know whack about that. Ready? Breathe. I'll try not to take it too personally. Here we go. Ah, my angels, gods, and masters, I love you so. Please, 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 please. One card, an oracle, either an angel oracle or a god oracle or a goddess oracle. What does this Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs need to know about or be aware of this new moon in Cancer? Do full moon next in Capricorn. Goddess of Justice. What seems an injustice is actually a blessing. Now, I know one of the previous signs got this. I think it might have been Leo. I don't remember off the top of my head. But it's one I remember commenting on specifically because of what's going on in the world right now. Really, it seems in the United States, what's going on with law reform in terms of the police and stuff like that. Justice, the god of Themis, right? Because, by the way... the goddess Themis, hence Themyscira. So if you've followed me for a while, you might get that I've got some Wonder Woman issues going on in my life, and I'm proud to say that that is the case. But remember, she's the goddess of justice, right? So Paradise Island is about justice. So what seems an injustice is actually a blessing, which does talk about that balance. And though you will notice there is no scales of justice in the artwork here, certainly if you look at the card of justice in the tarot, that is usually implied, right? Even if not hanging, then something like that going on. Cool, cool. So keep your eyes on the signs for something that seems an injustice is actually a blessing, which usually we get in hindsight, right? It's like after you go through it, you look back and go, oh, thank goodness that went the way that it did. Moving on, half of the Love Pack by Chuck Spezzano. The problem suit is back there. It's in a timeout. It's sitting in a corner. It's having lonely time. The rest of the deck, the suit of luck, the suit of grace, and the suit of healing are here, the voices of the Ascended Masters, for what it is that you need to focus on for mastery. Isn't that a cool approach? What do I need to focus on for mastery? They really changed up the reading just with, like, still just a 5-card draw. No tarot, which is odd. Usually they throw one in there. But they were like, no, let's keep it simple, but let's redefine it. So it's like they upped the ante. That's what it is. They upped the voltage on it a little bit. Ready? You're always ready. My Ascended Masters, please. One card. In clarity for the Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, what is it that we need to focus on for mastery this new moon in Cancer to full moon next in Capricorn, June, July 2020? Commitment. Now, is that commitment to justice? Possibly. Sometimes these cards are all saying one thing straight across, but oftentimes they can be totally different things just to keep your eye out for. That's why it's going to play itself out differently throughout a quantum zodiacal field, if you want to call it that way. So remember that there are signs here of justice, right? That something that we thought was one thing is another, and it's actually a blessing. But then with that card of commitment, that's saying that it's either about a commitment, and for some of you, I get that maybe the commitment was made, but the commitment was broken. You might be like, oh, God, what a blessing. Or really on the more positive side of it is that things come into balance that affect a new sense of commitment, and maybe a commitment to something that is healthier, and if not in perfect blessing and balance in terms of justice, that at least you can see there. I'm looking at the card. You can see that the couple is on a journey there, right? It's like they're making that path together with a rainbow at the end. Oh, it's a gay pride thing for gay pride month. Probably not, but I can think so. I'm a Libra, right? I'm Venus in Libra. I can do that. Breathe. Messages from the higher self through the Whispers of Love Oracle, and the message is what do you need in terms of inspiration, right? Like, what is the inspiration? What is that whisper of love, that encouragement that you need, or just guidance and grace, really, a vision from your own higher self. Ready? Let's see this. Breathe. Because I know we want to put that commitment card in the romantic sexual context, and maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but there's nothing here so far that screams that in terms of oracular symbolism. Breathe. higher selves of all involved, perhaps my own included, please. One card in clarity, a whisper of love for this Libra collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs for this. Oh, I thought that was turned down. This Cancer. Hold on, I apologize. Hey, everybody's messaging me when they're not supposed to. There we go. Okay. We're better. The higher selves of all involved, possibly my own included, please. One card in clarity. There we go. For the Libra collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. This new moon in Cancer to full moon next in Capricorn. What is the inspiration, the encouragement, the point of view from our higher selves that we most need for this new moon to full moon next June, July 2020? The only thing that is real is love. I keep getting this card over and over and over again in my own life. And I know that. I mean, I know that intellectually. But shift your focus from the problem back to love. Where even if that is, particularly if an injustice seems to be done, if you are in that role of victim, to go in and give that voice of the victim inside you its voice. Even if it never leaves your mouth, let it speak. There's something big about the right of confession psychologically and spiritually, regardless of your religious background. Whether you were raised in a Catholic tradition or not, where confession is a thing. It's supposed to be a weekly thing, right? Well, so is therapy, a form of confession. So the only thing that is real is love. If there's something that you need to give love to, a voice within inside of you that may or may not believe the signs, like that voice in you that doesn't want to believe the signs that it's all for a blessing, love that voice too. There's a commitment. There's a commitment to say, no, I'm not going to let this pain inside of me run the show, but it's going to have its voice. Everybody needs to be heard. But we need to really start that radical honesty with ourselves about how we really, really feel for a while before it comes flying out of our mouth. And that's human evolution right there. We're working on that. Cool. Tricky time we're in. So let's get you what you need in terms of a healing mantra. What is the healing mantra that will be most helpful for us this new moon to full moon next? And I'll call it out in a row as I go. Take a nice deep breath. You're having fun. Hi, my Ascended Masters, please. What is the perfect healing mantra for the Libra collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs? For this new moon in Cancer to full moon next in Capricorn, June, July 2020. Really, considering the angels are saying we need to pay attention to the signs. The goddess, right, goddess of justice, is saying that we need to realize what seems like an injustice is actually a blessing, which we usually see on the other sides of things, but it's nice to see it halfway through if we can adjust to it. And the Ascended Masters, you are putting the healing suit card of commitment here, and that can mean so many different things. And the higher self is saying the only thing that is real is love. Whatever we think the problem is, shift the focus back to love, however that applies itself. We need to do that. That's the inspiration, the direction we need. So please, my Ascended Masters, put the perfect healing mantra for us Libra collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs in my hand for this new moon to full moon next June, July 2020. That was work. Rewiring the nervous system. I find strength in surviving my traumas. Shit. Right? Rewiring the nervous system. I find strength in surviving my traumas. Now, I know the initial egoic reaction is going to be, uh-oh, trauma's coming. Well, maybe trauma already came. What seems like an injustice is actually a blessing. Like I said, usually we see that in hindsight. But if that is something that's ongoing, again, it could play itself out very differently along the quantum spectrum of the zodiacal collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, then really pay attention to the signs. Put this all together. Really pay attention to the signs that if you're going through what seems like an injustice, there is a larger blessing in play. In other words, it's part of the divine plan. Everything is happening for us, not to us. I know it never seems that way when we're going through it, but it's like then time passes. Location, 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 right? You grow, come, you look back and you go, oh my God, because of that, this happened and this happened. It was a blessing. And no one's supposed to, and yay, celebrate that while the shit's going down, right? But that there is this aspect of commitment here. And you know, I do feel that that is romantic sexual for some of us in this collective, but some of it really is about really going inside and whatever has been the victim of an injustice, to really give that the love and commit to healing that, getting that. The only thing that is real is love here. So to be that love for yourself, to give yourself the fairness that you can, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, supportive of yourself that perhaps the injustice could not have given you. Here's something. Say to that child in your heart that feels victimized the words you would want the person who victimized you to say. Like, what is it? Just I'm sorry, or is it I'm sorry? And it's not a once and done. It's an ongoing thing. But it is incredibly healing and will also help you rewire the nervous system, because we do find strength in surviving our traumas. So let me read you this one quickly, and we will end on this. Well, I'll give a little blessing. You know how I do. I can't help myself. I'm a love witch, sort of like a sandwich or a hand witch, very Piper Halliwell. I find strength in surviving my traumas. When the nervous system is rewired, you're no longer trapped in the memories of your body, which is to say something right there, that we have cellular memories, right? So a lot of times when we get triggered, it's just stuff that's in the cells. It may not be all our own. It can be ancestral. You are the courageous hero or heroine of your present reality, honoring every moment of hardship as the means through which your infinite strength and greater depth of character is revealed. And that can be seen as the blessing that the goddess of justice is referring to there. As you rewire your nervous system, you are no longer responding to life from the vantage point of your painful past, but instead are open to each encounter being more miraculous than the moment before. So this is not just what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. It's that you can't be killed, your soul on a journey, and it's just making you stronger and more powerful. Each encounter being more miraculous than the moment before. That's a moment by moment journey. This mantra is ideal for adjusting to life after loss. Who isn't, right? Healing heartbreak. Who hasn't needed to heal heartbreak? And becoming more optimistic. And certainly that is applicable in so many different relationship patterns, not just the romantic sexual, obviously, but definitely in terms of a commitment, which is why I bring it up. So let's do the blessing. Breathe. Oh, dearest God, Goddess, all that is. May the Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs be blessed with the signs that they need to get that there is a blessing in an injustice. Here's something to do with their commitments, but may their commitments be blessed with the awareness that the only thing that is real is love, and to shift the focus back to love so that we can all rewire our nervous systems, finding strength in surviving our traumas for our well-being, the fulfillment of the divine plan, and the well-being of all. So mote it be. And so it is. Thank you for watching my Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. I love you guys a ton. Looks like there's some work ahead of us, but we're all in this together. So if you like, please do like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and comment. Help other people find this reading by doing that, and I would greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it. Otherwise, wishing you the very best and the very blessed of this new moon to full moon next June, July. Hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.